So maybe you guys have seen one of my recent videos of sharing 5 reasons of why you should not move to the Netherlands. Well, I decided to do things a little bit differently and show you guys 10 reasons of why you should move to the Netherlands. So to get started, come along. All right, so I want to make this one a bit of a slow burner, but just hang in there and bear with me for a little bit. So the first reason why you should move to the Netherlands, I'll have to say, would be the quality of life. Now, there's a lot that goes into that, and what you want inside of your life is obviously going to be subjective. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Netherlands is actually one of the highest ranking countries for having the most happiest people on the planet. But then again, the question comes, what goes into making your life happy? Now, for me, being raised out of the countryside of upstate New York, I love nature. I love looking at wild animals and just watching them. Now, although the Netherlands isn't what you would really consider to be an all-grown wild country, there's still a lot of wildlife that you can get close to. So instead of just talking about it, I'm just going to take you guys along so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Since we're already traveling there anyway, I'm going to share with you guys exactly how and why the animals have integrated back into the Netherlands. So there's plenty of wildlife and there's plenty of animals that's been repopulated back into the Netherlands. But why did that happen? So early in the 1900s, farming has taken over the vast majority of the land, and it caused the government to have to rethink how they're going to integrate the wildlife back into nature. So a movement had happened, a Natuurmonumenten. In that time, they basically bought farmland to rewild it and to protect animals so that they could get repopulated back into nature. And now the Netherlands has plenty of spots where animals live freely under a protected space. So you guys, I had biked to this area just to show you guys exactly what I mean when I say that I want to see different wildlife. Now, this isn't really considered wildlife because they're very tame, but just take a look at what we have here. And they're just chilling, just like me. And that's one of the things I really love about the Netherlands. You have different spots and different areas where you have animals that kind of just chill out. There's also more animals you can see. There's different pathways to see, like horses and goats. Ducks are all around because there's so much water. So let's actually talk about the safety of the Netherlands. Now, the Netherlands actually has a very low crime rate. And I think you could take any of the states and it will still have the lower violent crime rates. And it just feels a lot safer to walk around. And also what you see in the Netherlands is there's very, very young kids. Like I'm talking like 6 to 9 year olds, no supervision. And they kind of just, they go outside and play by themselves, no supervision. And as we're talking, you probably can't even see. But in the background, there's 3 kids on the bike out in this park, no parents around. And that's exactly what I'm talking about when, the kids just feel safe. And that's just one of the shocks for me, just seeing how safe the kids feel outside. But not only is the crime super low, but there's also a high attention on the healthcare systems. You get help, as much help as you need, with your healthcare plan. It's actually very affordable. The only downside is that there is a large waiting list, but the help is available, which is a giant plus versus not being able to afford your ambulance cost. That's also not the only reason why the quality of life is just better here. Because you also have to think, how did I get here? There's no car roads, but there is a bike road. The infrastructure for a bike is just so much better. You have safe bike lanes all throughout the country where you travel city to city or province to province just on a bike. So even having that little bit of exercise inside of your life, and that's already making the quality of life a lot better. But this was not always the case. There was actually a movement that happened in the 1970s. And actually the comment from my last video talked about it further. Bart van der Akker says, the infrastructure in the Netherlands is built for walking and cycling. This is a conscious choice. The Stop Child Murder protest demonstrated that people were tired of encountering cars everywhere. Adapting the infrastructure took decades and the result of sensible choices. Now, this is actually true. In the 1970s, there were so much cars everywhere, and it was killing a lot of people and children as well. And yeah, the Netherlands, they were fed up with it. So Stop the Kindermoord, that actually became a protest that forced the government to rethink of how they're going to be doing the infrastructure for the traffic. And we have now is safe bike roads and laws that coexist with a car. And I do have an older video that explains 5 reasons of why a bike is actually better than the car inside the Netherlands. So for this next reason, it's only right if we go into the city. And the only thing blocking us from the city is these flights of stairs. So another reason why I would like to say that it's actually a reason why you should live in the Netherlands is English is widely spoken. 90% of the Netherlands or something like that knows English because they learn it when they're inside of school. You can like order or get around socially just by using English. But to really like feel integrated into the culture or really integrated into the Netherlands would be to learn Dutch. So another great reason why it is actually very beneficial that the Netherlands speaks English. If you think for education, there's plenty of degrees that's offered inside of English. So that's a benefit for you because then you don't really have to learn advanced Dutch to still get a degree, to get a diploma, or to get a job because there are a lot of English-speaking jobs that's available for you. So those are also reasons why the Netherlands speaks English is good for you. Now for this next tip, I had said in my last video that it's actually a minus, but let's be clear. Personally, it's actually a plus. And that's got to be for the work-life balance. You'll notice that everybody and the businesses, they're all my time focused, more about your personal life focused. When it's time to clock out, it's time to clock out. There's more of an incentive to leave on time and to be at home on time than it is to stay extra hours at the job. And you do have a lot of stores that closes at 6 p.m. or grocery stores closing at 10 p.m. But as a worker, that's super beneficial for you because that gives you so much more time to be at home, to be with your family, or to give you extra time to do extra hobbies you want to do. Like, and for me, that's a big giant plus because I love my peace. And I love to just spend time doing the things that I love to do. But for those of you that don't know my story, I can't really reap those benefits because I'm here on a DAFT visa, which means I have to work as an entrepreneur. So in that regard, I make my own hours. But overall, inside of the workspace, that's just such a plus to have. They're so built on the safety of the country, but they had actually designed water management systems. And I'm actually going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. I wanted to show you guys like a little beach area that's around here. Now, in order for us to actually get to the beach, we need to cross this bridge. As you can see, it doesn't seem like that's going to be possible. The Netherlands have dikes to control the water level because a lot of the Netherlands is actually below sea level. So they built systems that can control the water. One of those is being the dikes. But right now, the water is filled up and it's flowing out. But because it's filled up, we can't get across the bridge to go to the beach. But this is basically how the Netherlands keeps the country from flooding. And it's working. So let's talk about festivals and traditions. Now, I would be the first to say that I'm not a very big festival person, but I actually got to celebrate Carnival with Sam from Exploring the Foreign. And for me, I actually had a blast. I still love Juneteenth. I still love Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, all of our traditions. And there are some holidays that I just like better here than inside of America. For example, Christmas. What we have normally would be one day we have Christmas Eve and then you have Christmas Day. Bit of a different perspective here. Instead of it being about the gifts that you get, it's more about the people that you're around. And I really like that. You have 2 days to celebrate Christmas. You have a Christmas Eve, then you have a Christmas dinner with the Chumeta, and that's always a good time to be close with your family. It's kind of like Thanksgiving for us, but they just celebrate it on Christmas Day. It's just all about family and being together, and that is something I really like that I actually will be adapting into my everyday life. And Carnival, for example, depending on where you're at, is different. Breda is more like a Halloween. You bring a costume and just have some fun. And in Den Bosch, it's more suited to be inside of your culture, inside of your Oeteldonk culture. So I like these different aspects that they have to their holidays. I'm going to be honest, I'm not the biggest festival goer, so that's not really a plus for me. But I can imagine a lot of you guys are. And the festivals, they get crazy. They love house music, EDM. If you're into that stuff, there is plenty of that all around. For me, I don't mind dubstep. I don't like being packed in like sardines inside of a large space. That's a plus for you guys, but that's a minus for me. So it's starting to rain on us, and my arm is about dead. So we're gonna have to cap the video off here. Yeah, this was a lot of fun to make. If you guys liked it, please let me know that inside of the comment section. And if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel, because it also helps the channel grow. Let me know also what videos you would like me to make inside of the future, and I'll get right to that. Okay, it's starting to rain a little bit harder now, so I'll see you guys on the next video.